Good afternoon, all in the Pro AV world. My name is Patrick Booth, Business Development Manager here at Exertis Almo. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Panel. Have a very special guest with me today. First time on is Angela Tenner. She is the National Accounts Manager from Legrand that I work with on almost a daily basis. Angela, welcome to Behind the Panel. I know you're excited to be here.
Very excited. Thanks for having me, Pat.
You're welcome. I tricked Angela and told her we were doing something really fun today and sprung this whole recording on her. So we caught her by unaware a little bit today, but we're going to have some fun, talk about mounts today. But first, want to get a little background about on you, Angela. I know that Pro AV wasn't your first career. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you kind of came to the world that you're in now.
So oddly enough, I started my adult career as an elementary school teacher, and that had a nice segue into Pro AV, believe it or not. So fifth graders and Pro AV folks, about the same. So not a lot of differences there. But I've been with Chief for almost 10 years now, started with the Chief brand and then through the acquisition now to Legrand. And I've done territory sales in Texas and Georgia, and then was blessed to become part of the Exertis Almo team. So that's kind of my journey to where we currently sit.
So being a chief person for a long time, it's weird to talk about in the industry, but there's really nothing new in bent steel, right? I mean, people can make things maybe a little lighter, a little more durable, a little couple tweaks here and there. But in the last 12 months, Chief came out with something that I think is pretty revolutionary when you look at it compared to all the other products that are out there. Talking about the Tempo wall mount system. So there's two different flavors of it. You want to tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll kind of dive into both of those real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Chief is kind of a cultish brand, if you will. There's a big following, and there's a big following for a reason. A lot of empathy goes into how our mounts are manufactured. A lot of the tweaks and features that we've added have come directly from the field, from installers who use these products every day and have told us this is a pain point. This is not something that other folks address. And if you guys can do this, it would help us tremendously. And about 10 years of empathy went into these Tempo products. So all of the feedback that we received from the field all centered around basically three principles. Like, we need something for structural integrity, we need something we can service, and we need storage capabilities. And out of those three general fields, we landed on these two products, and they have exceeded their targets, both products now, and are just, if you will, flying off the shelves, and for good reason.
I'm going to share my screen now, just kind of show. So we're going to show first the on-wall Tempo series, which is
kind of our selling point here is you've got one part number, one box, one order. So in typical Chief fashion, previously you had all of these things accessible to you, but you had to order them individually. And that would, potentially cause some disruption in the ordering process. And so we simplified this with having an all-in-one box solution. So you've got mounting, you've got storage, you've got all of the mounting components that you need all in one box. You can actually take these storage plates out of the box, populate them in your dealer at your dealer site, and send them to the job site completely populated and ready to be mounted. There's so much flexibility here.
Yeah, for those that haven't been to an E4 to see the four plates with the little lever locks, I mean, it's just an ingenious way to kind of do it, and then to fit this all literally behind the panel. Hey, there's a nice segue. And then possibly put a power supply back here as well, get a couple devices back here, and then you get a really clean looking install that you're only Um, you're only a couple inches off of the wall, which is crazy to think that you have all that back there. You can see, I can show you some of the other pictures here. This telescopes out similar to the video wall mount, so it gives you ample room to get back there if the dealer has to come in and service those things. Um, uh, yeah, I mean, it's just really, really incredible. Um, you can choose it, like I said, you can have a PDU built into it, so it would have a Middle Atlantic PDU right in there. You can see it along the sidewall here. Um, Again, lot of good stuff. A lot of VESA patterns. You can do up to 970 by 450, so you can cover a lot of different sizes with this display. And then if you're hanging them together, they're all going to look uniform and clean.
Yeah, you've got 13 inches of service with that extension. It can hold up to 200 pounds of weight, and you've got 10 degrees of tilt, and you can set those tilts at 2 degree intervals there. Uh, just the mounting options alone, the way that those interfaces will slide uh, on that on the brackets there, you've just got a lot of flexibility to work around power outlets or low voltage outlets or anything else that might interfere. If you've used our fusion mounts before with our rail system, that's sometimes a complaint there, is that you've got a power outlet that you can't avoid and that rail might interfere. And this eliminates that issue for you.
Very, very strong. So this came out first. This is, again, a very cool new product. You can see there's a lot of accessories that are designed to work with it down here. Um, but on top of that, Chief then went beyond that and said, okay, what if we want to mount something flush to the wall, have it even more clean, and then have a back box built into the wall and mount right from there? Hence, we came up with the Tempo in-wall mount system. So we'll try that next.
Yeah, so when we talk about our need to address structural integrity, if you're going in wall with a traditional in wall box, you're having to cut studs. And to make that structurally sound, you have to do a lot of work on those cut studs and around that area. And this eliminates the need to have to cut into studs. And that's a huge selling point for new construction when these ECs are going in and they can put these in-wall boxes in and then drywall and not have to worry about cutting studs or working around different structural issues. Um, and then service, again, this is a great product for serviceability because in most cases, when you've had in-wall mounts, you've had to get an articulating mount. And in this case, you don't have to do that articulating mount. And a lot of folks would say, I don't need the articulation. I'm only getting it for service purposes. And now you can just have a tilt mount where you have that serviceability available to you. And there's a ton more storage capacity. If you look at our boxes, like our TA500, there just isn't a lot of storage available there once you get everything in place. And with this system, you can actually add an additional uh, box just for storage. So you can have one in between a different set of studs as long as the panel's covering it. That would be just dedicated to storage, which is a nice feature that we haven't offered previously.
Most of the conversations I've had with a lot of our reseller partners, the big thing that they love about this is the ability to, you can select the kits here, so you can take the whole set on its own. You can take a pre drywall kit, so installers can actually go during a rough in phase of construction and go in and lay these boxes in, and you've already got half your install done before you even have drywall on the wall. It's pretty crazy to think about that. And again, you spoke to it before about the feedback and the pain points from the dealers. That's why Chief has the cult following that it does, because it really is designed to have the installers in mind. We talk about it all the time. You could save a couple bucks and go to that one website that everyone talks about that goes to Prime or something like that, and order something from gosh knows where, but if you order 100 of those and ask your installers to put 100 of those in 100 different rooms, you're going to have installers quit, mad, upset, indignant. They're going to be frustrated beyond belief because those are not designed with an installer in mind. It's just it's cut and dry of what it is. It's an amazing product, and it's an amazing relationship that Chief does have with our reseller partners and the dealers out there, because they know what they're getting into when they get these products.
Absolutely. It's just the options, having those options for pre-drywall and then a commission kit. That's definitely something that installers came back to us and said, if we could get this in separate parts and separate phases, that would be a huge help for us with a mass rollout in new construction. So, yeah, we actually listened to our customers. We uh, gathered this empathy and then are still making adjustments as we continue based on the feedback once they hit the field.
Right. Right. It is, man. It's impressive. It really is. Just watching this from when we were talking about the development of the product to having it roll out to having the feedback that we've gotten from people, it's pretty crazy. And then, every once in a while, someone from our sales team will say, "Hey, do you have anything that could go in the wall that we could mount a display flush right to the wall?" And you're like, "Man, either they weren't paying attention in the trainings, or they're not reading all my current blogs." So either way, shame on them. But we'll catch them up to speed with this one.
It is
Any other
impressive
thoughts,
that you
Angela?
can get
Before we
a. Oh, sorry. I
no,
was
go
just
ahead.
going to say, it's impressive that you can get potentially an ultra wide display less than 2 inches off the wall with this mount. That's to be ADA compliant with something that large is impressive.
Yeah, it really, really is. It's really well thought out, really good looking product, and again, at the end of the day, we talk about clean installs. It is as clean as it can be.
Absolutely.
All right. Any sneak peeks at what's next from Chief? Any hints like what might be rolling out next? Or I'm putting you on the spot here, but
Yeah, so I would say if you're out there and you have that idea or that one thing that we're missing, we are a company that thrives on empathy. So get us those ideas out there, but look to us at Infocom. There will definitely be something new and creative for us there.
amazing as always. Angela, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. I know how busy you are. Appreciate you saying hello to all the folks here, and we will see you all next time behind the panel.
Thanks, Pat.